Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm coming out that cold, so
We
I'm.
have speed.
Okay, I can hear him good. All right, is
We have speed.
Okay. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Frank Brown, head assistant over at Shot Prep, first prep school in Chicago.
All right. You want to explain to us what a prep school is?
Okay, prep school. Prep schools are pretty much perceived to be some of the different types. Some of the children that learn different, but mostly it's mostly made up of the kids that want to further their athletic careers. So you got from the ages of 14 all the way up until 19, and then after that you have the post grad team, which we'll be watching tonight.
Why prep school?
Why prep school? It gives them an opportunity to work on at home their crafts. The curriculums that they have are pretty much actually excellent curriculums, but they get more time to actually practice and perfect what they do as far as the basketball side.
So is the day different, or what is different about a prep school than a regular high school?
It's more so being self-educated, I can say, from the watch and everything. So you pretty much you see they're doing the online work. They do more hands-on stuff instead of being in a more condensed class. And you following me? So like they get more of the one-on-one time that they pretty much need as far as the education part, which we do push 100% the education part.
Are they playing more basketball than they would in a prep school than they would in a high school?
I would say they're working out a lot more. They get a lot more workout time. They do.
So what would a regular day look like?
So a regular day would actually start at like 6 a.m. Them getting up, getting their first run out, 2 hours, and then headed into the classroom pretty much, which we do have 420 West Huron. They head into the classroom, they get their studies in, and then they head back out into the gym, get their workout in. So pretty much they're getting like 4 to 6 hours in the gym.
4 hours in the gym, and the rest of the time.
Yeah, they're logging in to classroom, and then their studies afterwards, and then they get to be regular children.
What is the level of competition?
Oh man, level of competition is intense. We're playing in the grind session right now, and the grind session, that's the top of the top. So you got the average height of the kids are pretty much like 6'5" and up, and those are the point guards going all the way up into the five. So it's pretty intense. You got to be ready to bang. Got to be ready to rumble. It's tough out there.
Okay, because you said they were honing on their skills, so they picked this school. They're going to get what difference? What's going to be difference in this school versus a high school? That's what I'm trying to find out.
The difference between this and a high school, well, like I say, more you get more of the individual work and more time, which are working on what you do. So, example, in Chicago public schools, the resources are a little bit different. You got more kids. The schools are highly populated, so they're using those gyms and stuff for different things, and they're pretty much sharing the gym. Whereas our athletics is pretty much geared towards basketball, so we get a lot more time to work on just strictly basketball. We don't have to look at the distractions of sharing this or doing that. So we're locked in.
Okay. How are you feeling about the position you have right now?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. I've been around it for pretty much all my life. So anything that I can give back, because the game gave me a lot. So anything I can give back is worth it to me.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
No problem.
Bro, that's another story.
All right, I got
We have
audio.
speed.
All right. Introduce yourself,
My name is Travell Amix.
and who are you to Shot Prep?
I'm the high school head coach,
Okay, the head coach for Shot Prep.
Shot Prep Career Academy.
Okay, now what's the difference in that and CPS school?
It's basically an outlet for kids that want to take basketball to the next level, pretty much.
Which is what in between what?
So like you got the high school, which is people that are reclassified or got extra time like to play basketball. You got the post grad, the people that actually graduated. They get an additional 2 years of post grad to get them prepared for college. So it's just basically like a stepping stone to get you ready.
What are the kids that go to shop prep exposed to that CPS schools students might not be exposed to?
A lot of time to perfect your craft.
Time like what?
Like gym time. Like basically the big difference is we do more on court as far as like we get more on court time. They still got curriculum, but it's not as like CPS where you got 7 hours of school. When it's really not 7 hours of school, you're just basically in the classroom, just basically sitting for 7 hours when you can just, you can spread it out. Because technically a lot of the curriculum that they have, you don't need every day, I feel.
Have you ever coached in high school?
Yes.
And what would you say the main difference in coaching at a high school versus coaching where you are now?
The talent level, the experience, just everybody like coaching, players. It's a different level of like everything. Just like it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges.
Do these kids require as much motivation as say a high school student would, or are they more motivated?
So I would say back when it first came about, no, they didn't need motivation. Prep school was a bigger motivation enough because anybody just can't play prep. Can't. You have to have a certain level of skill to play prep at a consistent high level like basis. Yeah, you got to have a skill.
What about independence of being self-starters? Would that help?
What you mean?
Would you consider prep school students a little more mature or a little more self-guided?
From my experience, no.
So could any student become, would you recruit any student, or how do you find your recruits?
So how I found my recruits is I look for people that stand out. And it's not even about talent. Just like a lot of people think like scoring buckets is what college look for. You can get picked up on a prep team just by your attitude, body language, just being a good person, being a team player, stuff like that. Being a good teammate, like you can make a lot of money by being a good teammate. You can make a lot of money by being a ball boy. It automatically, it's just on how much you like it, how much you really want it, and it's like everything we do here is career based. You're not at prep school if you don't want this to be your career. That's how you know who's serious or not. CPS, you get 4 years, you can have fun, play with your guys, stuff like that. But prep, you want to really play maybe 1 or 2 years and get to that level.
Your students that you have here, what are they going to get different from shop prep than they would get if they went to a 4-year high school, regular high school?
So I put like this: 4-year high school, you be with your coach probably like 2-3 months out the year, probably for like I would say roughly like what 10 hours a week. Versus me, I see you 7 days a week, all the time, every day. You get nonstop, drilling. You can work anytime you want to as far as curriculum. Just the staff around is different personalities, So they get a broad band of everything.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else you want to share with us about your program, about shop prep?
Just it's a good stepping stone for anybody that want to take basketball to the next level. Like right now, like I would love to say we offer like more sports and stuff like that, which will probably come in the near future. But as for right now, if you want to get time to work on your craft, work on media training, stuff like that, it's the right place to be.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
12th grade. And we also have what we call a gap year program. We call them postgraduate students. And what we do is give them the opportunity to take advantage of that gap year where they may not have been seen or may not have been with the right high school team, give them an opportunity to play on a national platform where they're able to have a second chance at being seen by college coaches in hopes of gaining a college scholarship.
So did the pandemic create a more need for this gap year?
Absolutely. The pandemic really crushed the class of 21, 22, and 23. It did give them the opportunity to be seen or recruited early, as a lot of college coaches do. And only the cream of the crop were the ones that were being seen. We have a lot of diamonds in the rough, is what we call them. And our job is trying to give them the opportunity to be recruited on a national platform. And COVID just kind of wiped that out because coaches weren't able to get out. Coaches weren't able to really see kids unless they saw them through social media. So the real eye test wasn't there for the recruiters and the scouts of those particular colleges. So COVID just kind of put kids in a dire situation where I felt that we needed to do something different. We needed to try and help these kids become recruits. I do believe that the pandemic, keeping them indoors so much, it limited their workouts, it limited their opportunities to get into the gyms, and it also limited their opportunities to be recruited by college scouts.
Okay, that leads me to my next question. Why did you start Shy Prep?
I started Shy Prep because of my passion with basketball, but also the resources and opportunities that I have that allow me to create this opportunity for the particular kids. I'm passionate about youth because people have always provided opportunities for me and given me chances. So with me, it's my way of passing the torch. It's my way of trying to give back. So in creating Shy Prep, it was an opportunity for me to give back to the community and basically almost a pay it forward.
Are you able to get like sponsors or ex-ball players or celebrities to help you out with this?
Right now, we're a private institution. We're private, so we function pretty much off of tuition payments. We have had some donors, small donations here and there. We've had a construction company that's come in and given us a couple of pretty good donations, which helped us get through the year last year. Since for Scottie Pippen who's a good friend of mine, has committed to try and help us as much as he can with moving forward and trying to help these young men and give them the opportunities necessary to get to college.
Okay. Are you getting any sponsorships from like a Nike or a Puma, Adidas, anything like that?
No, there are a few prep schools across the country that actually do have sponsors with Adidas. One of our league teams, Dream City Christian, is sponsored by Adidas. There are a few other schools throughout our league, the grind session, that are sponsored by schools. We're still in our infancy stage, so I guess they're still like kind of looking or watching, but no one's reached out to us and given us anything. Nike last year did provide us with some shoes, so we were thankful for that. But no one's reached out to give us a full-fledged sponsorship.
And what kind of guidance are you getting to run this school, to start the school?
Well, to be honest, I've talked to a number of people who actually run prep schools, executive directors. John Ortega with Phoenix Prep has been very instrumental in helping me. There is a guy by the name of Leo who has the academy down in Florida. I can call, ask questions, and they're always willing to kind of guide me or give me some resources that are necessary to keep me moving. I think they've been very instrumental just in me developing this prep school. My model was kind of sorts pattern after that of Phoenix Prep. They're one of the few schools that are located in a major city, being that they're in Phoenix, Arizona, and they use a lot of local kids. They don't do a lot of housing. We're the only prep school in the Midwest, pretty much in Chicago, in the state of Illinois, that have a high school team. There's one other that's in the Midwest that is Minnesota Prep that is in our league, but we're the only two schools probably within a 6, 7, 8 state region that is providing this opportunity on the grind session in that league for our particular high school students.
What do you want for your students that graduate, that finish Shy Prep? What are some of the goals, realistic goals that you have for them?
My number one realistic goal is for any and all of them to get to college, even if it's an academic scholarship. I'm in this to try and get young men to colleges because we all know that the road to success is first generation students or first generation kids who are able to leave families to get to college. So whatever generation gets to that college, that helps lead them to a path of success, a path of independence. Statistics show that most kids who don't enter college or don't put their foot on a college campus, chances are don't really reach that next level of success. So my hopes is that all of them can get a college scholarship, whether it's academic or athletic.
And what else would you like them to learn besides basketball?
Well, our school is structured for entrepreneurship, so we require them to take intro to business, personal finance, financial literacy, and some form of stock investing. So in doing so, we forged out and reached out to relationships like Stock Invest and the Green Street Project, right? Also, you have the Academy Group. They're also dynamic in reaching out to youth and putting them in the financial or stock investing world. Green Street Project has a phenomenal story because it's by a black woman and a brown gentleman. He's Hispanic, she's black, and they're both from impoverished areas. One of them being North Lawndale. So she's from North Lawndale, and she's done very well in the stock market, and she's reaching back, and they started this particular community program. Books Over Balls, another community program that we work with violence intervention or violence prevention. We have workshops. We take part in workshops, take part in community programs with State Representative Lakeisha Collins. We did breast cancer walks. Like anything I want the kids to understand about relationship building and how relationships basically guide you towards your path of success. All you need to do is have all the things in place, have things that are necessary in order for your relationships to be maximized, so that what one U.S. Senator used to say, Bobby Rush, was always be shovel ready. So we're trying to teach the kids to be shovel ready so that when your opportunity comes, you're able to take advantage of it.
You mentioned something about a triangle once before. You want to explain that to me? What you mean by that triangle?
Yeah, so what I explain to our particular kids is the foundation, everybody has an idea that they want to do. So it's always wide. But as you move up that triangle, the base is still wide, but as you move up, it becomes fewer and fewer people that actually reach the pinnacle. And reason so is because people might change their minds. People might lose their love. People might have family tragedies, unfortunately. People might have other people come in their lives who derail them from what their dream is. So I tell our kids, everybody in grammar school think they're going to the NBA to play basketball. As you get older, those particular dynamics come in place and they start interfering with what your goals are. You have to be laser focused on what you want to do, and you almost have to be, for lack of better words, you almost have to be you almost need to be tunnel vision and somewhere along the line just blind to anything that's going on around you and just focused on what you want your accomplishment to be. So I think those, when you find people that are like that, nothing else matters besides that goal is at hand. A master of all trades and a jack of all trades and a master of none. And most masters of none end up at that bottom, most jack of all trades end up at that bottom, but that master is that one who's at the pinnacle, and he's able to say, I made it because I focus on this one thing.
All right, well, thank you.